Good evening and welcome back to McKellar Park, where we're all set for elimination final time. Canberra Olympic and Gungahlin United. For the winner, there is a next week and a match against Canberra, Croatia at Strider Park, the home of the Monero Panthers. For the vanquished, season 2025 will be over. My name's Russ Gibbs. Ian Worthington is with me again. Ian, welcome back once more. Just digesting the game that we watched earlier on. The good news is that some of the injuries and the people that we were worried about seem to be okay, which is a good thing. Haven't got any news on Bronte Pike's injury yet, but I'll try and follow that up at some stage. Belconnen got through, made to work hard.
It was a good game. It was a tight first half. Really good structure from Canberra, Croatia. And as they've done so many times this season, Belconnen United just remained patient, remained with their game plan and broke them down eventually. This one,
Canberra Olympic and Gungahlin United. Well, first of all, it's probably worth telling you who's not here for Gungahlin United, because this is a massive, massive blow to their chances tonight. Goalkeeper Georgia Ritchie injured a foot. Signed for Newcastle Jets, by the way, in the Ninja A-League. Congratulations to Georgia Ritchie. Injured a foot, out today. Chelsea Haitley, well, she's on crutches. You couldn't see her walking through your screen. She is out as well. Ayla Robertson injured. Maddie Percival injured. Stella DeMarco injured. Bonnie Young injured. 6, what I would say is first choice, first team players, Ian, unavailable for Marcel Munoz tonight. That makes their task even more difficult than it already was.
Having Georgia Ritchie out as the quality of goalkeeper that she is the first big one that stands up as note, and then you've just reeled off the others. And as Chelsea just wanders on the pitch, we've just been speaking to her dad and spoke with Loretta, her mum, yesterday. We're absolutely devastated for her, not only just for playing tonight, but also the capability that she has as a young footballer. And we really hope that her and all of those other Gungahlin players recover soon.
I just had a 5-minute chat with her down there, actually, Georgia Ritchie just now. Tells me she's just had surgery and will come back fighting fit. She's ready to go. She did tell me that Daniel Barach from the Panthers reached out to her. He came back from a knee injury himself, so they're going to start work with Daniel Barach, who's a personal trainer as well, and they're going to get some really good information and some fitness-wise from him as well. That's great. But 3 of the first choice back 4 really, in Haitley, Robertson, Percival and the goalkeeper. Stella DeMarco, a holding midfielder who's been an ever-present near enough this season, and Bonnie Young, who brings that X-factor from the bench. They're all out there on the field watching their team and probably champing at the bit to see if they could get on the park. I don't know if Matt is able to wheel over to the walking wounded from Gungahlin United. You can see them there in their civvies watching their team warm up. For Marcel Munoz then, where does he go from here? Does he just trust in what he's got, and he has to, I guess, and then figure out, well, go for broke perhaps?
Well, he'll trust in his system with the players that he's got. If you would have asked me before yesterday, would he adapt his philosophy based on his players, I would have said no. And then I watched how good his 18s boys were, or Danny Haitley's 18s boys, but Marcel was there, and how they adapted based on the game, I thought was terrific from him, and just adapted to win a final. And this is what this is, right? It's adapting to win a final, and it's not based on how you've done for the rest of the season, it's about tonight.
On the other flip side of the coin, Canberra Olympic, well, they've got changes to make themselves. They've got decisions to make. One of the big ones for them, Tara Asplund's, off the back of that wonderful performance in the Asian tournament for the Junior Matildas, in the team tonight, playing wide left up top, and we'll go through the lineup in a moment. How big a boost is her inclusion?
Huge. It's already a decent team that Olympic are going to put out, isn't it? And then she's back after a wonderful experience over in the Asia Championships with the young Matildas under 16s, of which speaking to her dad a little earlier, or her mum and her dad, and they said that she played a group game, and the next minute she's called into starting in the semi-final. They win that, and then she's called into starting and winning the final. And for a young player from Canberra, when there's so many players picked from other states, to see Taya selected and play the semi and play the final and win the whole competition is absolutely huge for her and for the ACT.
Gungahlin United's first game of the season was in fact a round 2 match, and it was against Canberra Olympic, and they won by 3-1. Megan Castle with a couple, Bonnie Young with one. Since then they've met each other in a cup game, which Canberra Olympic won, and 2 league matches, Canberra Olympic winning 3-2 and 3-0 last time out in round 17. How much of an impact or bearing does that have on tonight, if at all?
I just mentioned it a few seconds ago, didn't I, that this is a one-off game in that respect, so really very little, and it's about what happens tonight, and it's about how both teams are set up, but also set up on top of that, how do both teams actually perform on the evening.
We'll look through the 2 teams in just a moment as we see Gungahlin United leaving the field. We mentioned all the absentees. It's an opportunity for all those who don't normally get a start to come in, and the back 4 is going to be really interesting to look at as well. The crowd's a bit sparser than it was for the Belconnen home game, the qualification final against Canberra, Croatia. Maybe many have gone home to be in the warmth. I see you've got the big jacket on.
Just put my coat on, bought it in preparation, knowing it was going to be a bit cooler this evening. And just, yeah, like you say, I know it wasn't Belconnen's home game, but they were at home, and the crowd was pretty decent. But it was also a 4 o'clock kick-off, and this is 7 on a Sunday, and it's that little bit later, so as quite a few people have said, they'll be listening to our tones on a Sunday evening at home as opposed to staying out in the stadium. So hope that they enjoy the game.
Normally this time of night I'll be curled up with a cup of tea and a movie or something on the TV. There'll be some random football on from League 2 somewhere around the world to look at.
It's international weekend, so we're not going to get the top games, are we? So
I heard on the grapevine that Gianni Infantino has just said they may as well just give England the World Cup after last night's performance.
Brilliant, weren't they?
Where they slaughtered Andorra by 2-0, an own goal, the first one.
Do you know there was a woman in the crowd who had the picture taken on a phone in front of that who was buying kettles on Amazon?
She was that excited.
She was that excited by the game that's what she was doing.
Well, this one's going to be better than that, I can tell you that for nothing. Let's have a look at the lineups then, starting with Frank Casey's Canberra Olympic. Janet King in goal for the 102nd time in the National Premier League. 4 at the back, Taylor Hampson one side, Elise Jensen the other. Corinne Denton and Katrina Perich form a centre-back pairing once again. Liana Alves has been moved into the holding midfield position where she's been excellent in recent weeks. Madison Keisha and Jane Van Zeno provide guile and strength, and no little shooting ability ahead of them. Up front, Tiana Miro on the right. Tea Asplund, as mentioned, returns on the left. Tatum Marzi leads the line. There's pace and there's goal-scoring ability. On the bench, well, there's experience and there's quality. Nicole Caleb, Madeline Whittle, Sienna Burney, Olivia Gurney and Ella Brown. A strong and confident Canberra Olympic lineup.
Yeah, which is just in front of us now as Frank Keisha walks around the back, and looks like he's having his picture taken with him. But very strong starting 11 and very strong bench. They've got good depth.
Gungahlin United minus all their injured players, 6 of them unavailable if you just tuned in. No DeMarcos, that's Stella. No Percival, no Robertson, no Haitley, no Young, no Ritchie. Hannah Ferguson starts in goal for only the 4th time in the National Premier League. All 3 of those appearances this season. Lillian Pitkins tasked with playing on the right-hand side of defence. Annalise Grove on the left. There's a new centre-back pairing in Lucy Darcy alongside Ivy Stevens. Olivia Buttiwig will hold the midfield. In front of her, Amy Moore and Natalie DeMarco. There is quality and experience up top, though. Ginger Oliver, set-piece queen on the right. Darby Whiteley on the left. Megan Castle down the middle. A young bench, an inexperienced bench, only 27 National Premier League games between the lot of them. Grace Hanley, Ella Hall, Jasmine Richards, Jessica Pearson and Danielle Smith.
Well, we're just waiting for Gungahlin United to actually come out onto the field, aren't we, as Canberra Olympic are having their pictures done, and right on cue with Ginger Oliver walking the team out is now Gungahlin United.
What do you make of the lineup now that they've had to bring those in? And we look at the relative strength of the bench. As I mentioned, 27 appearances between the 5 players on the bench. Danielle Smith accounts for 16 of those in the Premier League. You got across the other side, Ella Brown 136, Olivia Gurney 60, Sienna Burney 73, Madeline Whittle 142, Nicole Caleb 164. It's chalk and cheese in terms of experience.
Yeah, it is, and you would think that would probably see Canberra Olympic through the game, but they're going to give it everything that they've got, aren't they, Gungahlin United?
And this youthful team might just bring a surprise. Tom Love in the middle, Emily Downs and Benjamin Last are the assistants. This will be the 25th meeting in the MPLW between the teams. Olympic have been successful 9 times, Gungahlin 11 and 4 draws. The previous 24 meetings we have been treated to 102 goals, 43 for Olympic, 59 for Gungahlin. Olympic have won 6 of the last 7 they've played in the MPLW, scoring 26 goals in the process. In their last 7 outings in the league, Gungahlin have won just 2 matches, beating Tuggeranong United twice by the same 4-0 scoreline. All the cards, all the stats, all the experience is in the Olympic shirts, all the expectation that follows with it. For Gungahlin United, a free shot, an opportunity for these young players to make a name for themselves. And for many of them, an opportunity to stake a claim into the starting 11. And as we've spoken all night and all weekend as well, Ian, one-off games, anything can happen. How important, though, is it for Gungahlin United, given the absentees, given the new look lineup, that they keep this tight for the first 15, 20 minutes?
Well, nobody wants to ship early goals in. Marcel Munoz will be very aware of that, I'm sure. But I'm very intrigued to see how they set up and whether they change anything based on the players that they've got missing and what their style of play looks like.
They are led, as you mentioned, by Marcel Munoz. Good technician, good strategist. He will have his team organised, he will have his team ready to go. They've been playing some wonderful football this year, Gungahlin United. It's been a joy to watch them play. And we know they've got the togetherness to get them through this one. Have they got the quality to do so? Canberra Olympic finished 9 points ahead of the Gunners on the league table. But it's the 90 minutes in front of us at the important part. Megan Castle, 13 goals this season. The leading goal scorer in Gungahlin United, black and whites. Gungahlin United have their feet up for a couple of weeks. They're in the grand final. Canberra, Croatia will tune in and wait to see who they will play. Will it be those in blue? Will it be those in black and white? We will see. Medication's ball. Jane Van Zeno and Denton. First one for Aspelin to chase on the stretch and somehow manages to keep it in. Not a lot in the middle at the moment. Aspelin chooses to go on her own, finds Medication. Already snapping into the challenge. Ginger Oliver back there to help out with Lillian Pitkin. Tasked with playing right fullback tonight, Pitkin.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting that she's been picked to play there. She's capable of playing in a few different positions, isn't she? And she's got a challenge in her hand with the looks of Taya Aspelin coming out onto this left-hand side.
He's picking with the throw. Nodded forward by Jensen. Marzi battling away. There's Ginger Oliver. If they can get a set piece or a corner or a free kick in the danger area, she's got the quality to deliver. Amy Moore. Pitkin happy to go square. Swept on by Darcy. Annalise Grove is one of the more experienced players playing at the left back position. Here's Van Zeno's run. China Miro outside her, 2 to hit in the penalty area, swung in towards Marzi. Amy Moore half away. Tentative stab at the ball by Liana Alves. A better hit of the ball, the lob has come off the crossbar. from Maddie Keisha from a mile out. The trajectory did for the goalkeeper. Woodward to the rescue for Gungahlin.
Good start from Olympic on the front foot from the off.
Elise Jensen going to try and win her team a corner off Lillian Pitkin, and does so as well. It wasn't Maddie Keisha's sweetest of strikes, but it had the goalkeeper worried.
It was a bit loopy, wasn't it? When she's hit the crossbar, Lillian Pitkin thought it was a goal kick, really, and a bit disappointed that it is a corner.
Which Marzi will take. He's going to swing it into the penalty area. First set piece of the evening. Dangerous one to the near post. It came off Moore. Gungahlin with Darcy looking to clear this. It's nicely done. And in the end just decides to clear rid of it because there was nothing in front of her.
She couldn't play forward. There was only Olympic players ahead of her, wasn't there? And just thought she would manage that by clearing the danger.
Take two over on this near side. Plenty of Olympic players there, every single one of Gungahlin's defending. Marzi into the danger zone. Ferguson didn't quite get there. It's loose in front of goal and it's been whacked clear.
I think somebody's cleared it off the line over the top of the keeper there, which was pretty impressive.
Here's Jensen. Mira wants it. Mira gets it. Back for Taylor Hampson. Gets away from Darby Whiteley rather easily. Canberra Olympic dominating these early stages. 4 minutes in, they've already hit the bar and had one off the line. Just what Frank Keisha would have wanted. Nice positive start from his team. Hampson can't squeeze past Annalise Grove out there on the left-hand side. Gungahlin can't get the ball in.
No, they can't. And Tiana Miro's putting themselves into some really good positions to get the ball back on the attack, but they're keeping good width as well, our Canberra Olympic.
Marzi runs into the midfield. Stabbed away by Amy Moore. Marcel Munoz is not happy with his team at the moment. They're yet to get going. Keisha Alves. That's a great pass.
It was a brilliant pass with her left foot, yeah.
Found Aspland. Alves again. Back for Denton. Jensen. Aspland. Keisha. Aspland. Moving through the gears here.
Oh, the movement to receive and the quality of passing is extremely high at the start of the game.
Punted clear by Grove. Whiteley will get after it. And Denton will happily go back for Janet King, who gets her first touch of the match. 6 minutes in, can only find Nat DeMarco. If we had one of those possession graphics that they stick up in the Premier League, it would probably read something like 96-4 at the moment, wouldn't it?
It would.
It's all blue. Miro will chase. Grove to defend it.
But it's wave after wave as well, isn't it? It's not just that first element of possession. It's also when it comes back from Gungahlin, Olympic position really well to get back on the attack again.
Hampson's throw. Looking for Miro.
And there's the example of that. Comes out.
Whiteley did well, but then, as you said, they can't get the football forward. Clipped in towards Aspland, and it will come for Tara Aspland. First touch is good. Second, surprisingly, didn't hit the target. But another warning for Gungahlin United, who were very much on the back foot early on.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with herself there, Tara Aspland. Pitkin stands up to the first job, but then would probably need a little bit of help from her other centre-back to cover Tara Aspland there.
Cut across the ball, Aspland, rather than whipping it towards that far post.
I think it's come off like the outside of her.
Ferguson
her foot.
Is in trouble here.
But again, Aspland on the front foot to go and win the ball. Backed up by Keisha.
Who hits it, and Ferguson makes the save. And Canberra Olympics' early domination continues. In their 9-minute matches against the other members of the top 4 this season, Gungahlin have managed only 1 win, and that was their opening 3-1 win over Olympic. They've not had a good record against those above them in the table. Keisha rides the challenge of Nat DeMarco, finds Tatum Marzi, comes off the back of Tom Courtney Love.
Yeah, great defending from Tom Courtney Love. Allows Gungahlin to get back in.
One of those moments as a referee and just like, oh dear. And that's not good either. Darby Whiteley, first chance for the Gunners to get on the front foot. Megan Castle's gone a little too early. Flag goes up.
Good positive run from Darby Whiteley. Looking forward to seeing her play this evening. Very exciting with the ball, running forward quick. And again, trying to create things for a team.
The last 2 meetings between the teams in this year's NPL, Tatum Marzi has scored the first goal of the match. Will she keep up that record?
And she's the highest player.
Stats you didn't think you needed to know, Ian.
Always need to know the stats you give, Russ.
Grove finds Castle. Vitally important stuff on Father's Day.
I don't know many of my own, so I rely on you to bring them.
Well, you'll like this one. Of the last 10 goals Gunners have scored, only 1 has been in the first half of matches, and that was an own goal. So they haven't actually scored a goal themselves, the last 10 that they've scored, in the first half. They've had a bit of a up and down time of it, and what they don't need is exactly this. There's another injury over on that far side. I think it may have been Darby Whiteley that's gone down, is it?
No, Whiteley's walking towards the centre circle. No, I thought it was DeMarco.
Maybe it is, and it does look like Nat DeMarco, you're right. Getting a bit of treatment. Goodness me, if they lose Nat DeMarco as well, Marcel Munoz must have walked under the proverbial ladder with a black cat whilst bashing mirrors in. He's getting his team in here, though, interestingly, to our left. I'm not sure what the camera angle is showing you at the moment, but just down to our left, Marcel Munoz has got his team in for a chat because they're very much on the back foot here so far, Ian. Mentioned that they might have to weather the opening 20 minutes or so. They've done 10 of it, but they need to keep the ball more.
Yeah, apart from DeMarco being hurt, it's a good opportunity for Munoz just to get his team in. You can see him speaking to them all. He said a couple of times about what's going on over the shoulder and being aware of what's behind them as well as what's going on with the ball, which is fair enough.
Whilst Nat DeMarco hobbles off, doesn't look in a great way, does she? And I'm not sure whether there will be a change. We will keep an eye on it. Marcel Munoz and those of a Gungahlin persuasion will no doubt hope that Nat DeMarco can rejoin. Otherwise, that would be yet another first-grade player, a regular.
Well, he's calling one of them in.
Well, he has to, I think. And in the meantime, they will play with 10. Jasmine Richards might be getting ready.
Who's also a decent player. Who's Jasmine Richards?
5 first-grade players named off the bench is Aspland, Marzi, Pitkin does well, finds Darcy. Gives it away, Lucy Darcy, but gets it back again. A little bit fortunate.
Yeah, it's a pass back that as well, so she couldn't pick it up.
Oliver. Elise Jensen closes it down. Meanwhile, Nat DeMarco still getting treatment over on that far side. Still checking out the knee, I think it might have been. Pelic. Loopy one for Jensen. Oliver and Aspland in the challenge. Touched on by Marzi. Vanzino. Hampson on the overlap. Miro makes the run outside, but it's asking a lot. In fact, it's a ball for Vanzino. Didn't see her sneaking through there. Taylor Hampson did.
Good acceleration from Jane Vanzino. Unfortunately, the pass put her in the corner a bit, and it's a goal kick. But yet again, Olympic on the front foot.
It's still Gunners play with 10. Megan Castle, firm challenge that from Denton. In the back, Keisha, or Alves rather, Jensen, Marzi. They've done a lot of good work in the build-up to that final third. The last pass hasn't quite come in yet, has it? And Nasa Munoz is looking across to the other side, wondering whether he needs to make a change. Looks like DeMarco might be joining us. Alves. Hopefully she'll be coming back on, but at the moment they're defending gutsily, I think is what you can say. Grove. Darcy. There's already been a change. You see how Annalise Grove has come in to the middle.
Well, I think that's what Munoz did when he brought the girls in, didn't he?
Yeah,
to
put
try
Ivy
and just
Stevens out onto the wing.
Ivy Stevens, another very, very good young player.
Miro, let's come off Stevens. That's DeMarco back with us and seemingly running free. A rare glimpse of the Gunners in attack. Megan Castle. Darby Whiteley. Looking to get their foot on it for a bit. Here's Grove. Just to send one towards Ginger Oliver. Nice first touch. Denton away. How's your touch, Frank Keisha?
Went with the hands, didn't he? Very disappointing, Frank.
That's his AFL background.
Yes,
watching that
very sad.
Aspens on the stretch. For all their dominance in the first 15 minutes or so, yet to find a way through. Olivia Butterwick caught by Jane Van Zeno. Free kick now, and an opportunity for Ginger Oliver to send this into the danger area. An opportunity for us to see what Gungahlin United have as an attacking unit. And his Grove is there as well, but I'd be surprised if it's anyone but Oliver. Generally, these are pretty good. Olympic need to be on their toes defensively for the first time in the elimination final. Oliver sweeps it in, good looking one. King's come, absolutely clattered. That has to be a foul, surely. It wasn't given. Janet King was cleaned out in the air. Did they give the free kick? With goal kicks?
Well, they've given a goal kick in the end.
But it was...
Frank Keisha's perplexed. Was it Megan Castle who just went
it was.
Straight through the middle of Janet King?
I think a lot of people in the ground are rather surprised that that wasn't called as a free kick. I think Megan Castle might be surprised that wasn't called as a free kick.
Well, I don't know whether Frank Keisha set the tone with his AFL catch, and that's what led on to the next pattern of play, because it
well, if that had gone
didn't look like a football type of challenge, that's for sure.
Well, if that had gone in, Ian, there would have been questions asked, let's say. But an example of what Ginger Oliver can do with the set-piece ball.
Yep, very talented technician.
Lillian Pitkins throw. Headed away in the first instance by Elise Jensen, who has it back and can send one for Marzi to chase. The bounce was awkward for Lucy Darcy. Gungahlin slowly building themselves into the match. Grove.
But they weathered a very early storm, didn't they? But they've had a bit more of the ball in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
If you're Canberra Olympic, though, I don't think you mind them coming out a bit more, do you? Ian, it might give them a little bit more room to manoeuvre. Yeah,
but at the moment they're pressing very well and putting Olympic under a little bit of pressure.
First shot on target of the game for the Gunners. Olivia Butterwick has a pop. Easy one for King, though. Jensen. Marzi, lovely turn.
Great turn.
Silky and away, accelerates past Moore. Options either side. Tiana Miro to the right. The pass not good enough. And Ivy Stevens got in to defend. Shouldn't have been able to. It's a chance that goes begging for Canberra Olympic. Sensational approach work from Tate and Marzi, just not the final ball. Oliver tricks her way through and can accelerate and go past Corinne Denton, who sticks to the task. It's good bit of defending from
Good
Corinne
defending.
Denton.
He's given a corner. I'm not sure. I thought Ginger Oliver ran it off the pitch, to be honest with you.
And I think the assistant referee agrees. However, the corner's been awarded. And here's a chance for Ginger Oliver again. The most accurate set-piece distributor in the competition, Nat DeMarco, unfortunately for Gungahlin United, is not going to be able to continue. Jasmine Richards will come on, and you can add Nat DeMarco to that list of walking wounded. The player who played 186 Premier League games, replaced by a player who's played 5. This Gungahlin team gets more youthful. And Jasmine Richards played a fair old whack in the reserves game this morning as well, Ian.
Yeah, but she's another young player who's coming through the system at Gungahlin, who's very highly thought of. I think she played a bit in the boys' programme last year as well, and be interesting to see her now back in with the first grade women's programme.
Well, Oliver will take the corner kick. Another decent one towards the far post. Nodded back by Castle. Doesn't rain if it pours, though, if you're Marcel Munoz, doesn't it? Already without, as we mentioned, 6 of what he would probably say is his starting 11. And now he's lost Nat DeMarco as well. The only benefit from the reserves getting beaten this morning in the elimination final, perhaps, is that if they do get through this somehow, he will have the reserve squad to pick from too. Yeah,
that's right. Where you've not got your depth within your own team, you can see in other teams, can't you? And that's what he's now got with his reserve team.
Miro steps away. Marzi's outside. Miro wanted the return. Grove got back. It will be a corner kick for Olympic. It does feel, from a neutral perspective, that it is a matter of when and not if Canberra Olympic score here. They're looking dangerous every time they come forward. To their credit, Gungahlin have defended them very well so far. Marzi with the corner kick again. Played towards the edge of the box. Not a good one. Oliver away.
No, I don't think that was planned, was it?
Keisha chips it back in. Ferguson watches it all the way wide of goal.
Confidence from Maddie Keisha to strike from distance.
20 minutes in, we still await the first goal. Next week, games are plenty. 10 o'clock, the CPL under-23s get underway. At 1 o'clock, the MPL men's 23s, O'Connor versus Canberra Croatia. 4 o'clock, Belconnen play ANU in the CPL men's first grade preliminary final, and then Canberra Croatia versus McKellar Park at 7 o'clock at Deakin Stadium next weekend. Women's reserves will be on at 1 o'clock next week in the prelim final. Canberra Croatia versus Canberra Olympic at Riverside Stadium, Strider Park, and this one, the winner of this will play Canberra Croatia at 4. Here's Amy Moore. Whiteley. Butcherwick looking to force her way through the gap. Oliver. Richards. Back for Grove. They're lifted into the penalty area. Denton away. A touch from Marzi will allow Keisha to bring it forward. Asplands. Pickens sticking to the task, but Asplands got away. Can't get away from Butcherwick. Grove again at the back. W. Whiteley's made a great run forward. That's where it's gone. Might have been offside, might have been played on by Elise Jensen had she carried on.
I was just looking at Elise Jensen just down this near side then, and I was wondering whether she'd played wrong side or not.
Might well have. Won't know because the ball didn't put her in, but here is Jensen with Ginger Oliver.
Ginger Oliver has a great start, hasn't she? Very tenacious, hard working, and good with the ball at her feet too.
Well, after that opening 10 minutes where they barely got out of their own half, they're coming more into the match now, Gungahlin, aren't they?
They've had much more involvement in possession of the ball since that break, really, when DeMarco was down and sadly had to come off. But, yeah, they've been better since then.
Picking. Popped away by Jensen. Marzi, beautiful take again.
Great first touch.
Lovely turn and spin. And Miro can take over, and now they're flooding forward. And Tiana Miro advancing. Flicked on by Vanzino. Marzi's offside. I was just about to make a comment that the pass should have gone a bit earlier, and then Frank Keisha's up off his bench. Yeah, since you mentioned when DeMarco went down the first instance, and Marcel Muniz pulled his team in, had a chat to them, rejigged the back line in terms of where the personnel was being deployed. And since then, they've looked much more confident.
But he may have also just realigned their objectives and just reminded them that you sometimes forget with the occasion and the size of the game that it is, that you go out there and you actually forget the basics, objectives that you've been asked to carry out. And he may have taken that opportunity just to remind them.
Stevens finds Darcy, and Grove can go back to Ferguson. The young goalkeeper's done well in the opening half of the half, which we're just past that point. Go on! Go on! Taylor Hampson will chase back. John King's forced to clear straight to touch. When you're playing finals matches like this, Ian, or a big match like this, and you are the underdog because you have got some personnel missing, do you tend to look at it in blocks, in moments, or would you look at it as a whole picture? I mean, I'm talking about whether they're saying get through the first 15 minutes and then the next 15, and you play it in sections, if you know what I mean.
Got to look at both. You know, you've got to look at both, how you look at your overall game plan, and then how you fit your smaller parts of the game in that. And I don't know whether you're set up to manage early pressure against you as such, but you've certainly got to have a structure and a formation that prepares you for a team tearing into you in the first 10 or 15 minutes, and you can weather the storm and start to get yourself confident from there.
Ginger Oliver has a free kick in a dangerous position for Gungahlin United. A goal would be the perfect tonic for them. And Oliver can send one whipped into the area again, but not quite accurate enough to trouble Janet King. She does put some pace and whip and power on it.
She's got a very interesting little style as well, hasn't she, as she approaches the ball. There's a bit of a step and a skip.
It's almost like you're beginning the long jump
yeah.
in the Olympics. It's a technique that she's honed over the years and one that she's practiced and practiced. It's not just practice, Jamie.
It's practice.
And she's made it work for herself.
Yeah, she has indeed. She's mastering that practice.
Stevens on the overlap. Castle. I think the ball's out of play. Well, I like random stats. Here's one for you. In their last 3 wins, Gungahlin have kept clean sheets. In their last 3 losses, they have failed to score a goal. What does that tell you, Ian?
Not a lot, really.
Yeah. Means if you keep a clean sheet, you win a game. If you don't score, you tend to lose.
Yeah, that's often the game, isn't it? Yep. Good combination play again from Olympic. That hasn't gone out. Frank Keisha's nearly grabbed hold of the linesman there. He's that close to him.
It was adjudged to have gone out of play by our assistant on this near side. Sal Giovinazzo wants a VAR.
Well, I think he doesn't need one. Just ask us, Sal, up here, and I don't think that went out.
Follow the ball, follow the line.
I don't think Frank Keisha thought it went out either with his reaction.
I believe all those in black and white would have said it had.
Yeah. Scared the AR to death when he shouted behind him.
Denton's.
Maybe that's why she raised a flag.
The touch, Marzi is offside. Just. A little flick. Played it just offside from Tara Asplund's. 27 minutes played. 0-0. On a cool but nice evening on Father's Day here in the national capital. I mean, it's not just Father's Day here in the national capital, is it? It's all around Australia, I'd imagine.
I get your point.
Yeah. Lofted by Jensen. It's not a bad ball, that. Finds Marzi on her own.
Yeah, just needed some support from that distance, didn't she? And Tiana Miro was a little bit delayed at getting forward to help her out.
Wherever you are today, hope you've enjoyed your Father's Day and you're wrapping it up by watching a bit of football. With myself, Russ Gibbs and Ian Worthington. Darby Whiteley. Looking for Castle. Ball can't find its way past Denton. Hampson away.
Could just do with opening up a little bit more when they get back in possession of the ball, Olympic. That's where they had the success at the start of the game, and the balls were a little just a bit straight and wide on the side where the ball comes into, and when they receive the ball with the centre backs, can they come out of the other side with Asplund?
They have conceded more goals than anyone else in the final series, Canberra Olympic this year. 32 compared to the 29 from Gungahlin, 20 from Croatia, and the 11 from Belpo in the league. That's a nice touch from Keisha, and Jensen accelerating through the gears. Marzi, two options to the right. Manzina was one of them, and Keisha's had a pop. Scored a couple from long range in recent weeks, Maddie Keisha. When they went 6-0 away at Madura in round 19. She's got herself a hat-trick of goals later on, most of them from distance.
Really good counter-attack break from Canberra Olympic. Didn't really. All right, you don't criticise a player for having a shot at goal, but I think that pass into a wide area from Keisha to Miro might have been the one that would have worked.
Ferguson's clearance. Alves won it.
Short.
Ball forward from Richards. Finds Oliver. Sweeps it towards that far post. Darby Whiteley on rushing. And has a pop. And it will trickle its way across the face of goal. No takers. Gungahlin looking threatening on the break. They do possess some talent in the front three. 29 goals between the front three this season in the league. Ginger Oliver's provided 9, Megan Castle 13, 7 for Darby Whiteley. It's not a bad return for your front three, is it? That's 29 of the 59 that Gungahlin have scored this year. And for all the talk that we had at the start of the night about Gunners being short of players and the youngsters coming in, well, we're half an hour in and they're holding their own. It's 0-0. And over the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, they've done more than hold their own.
Oh, they're a young side stepping up, aren't they? But they're more than capable. There's a few players out there with representative quality.
And they have got, like I say, a decent front three who have been in form. Manzino battling away. Good win from Stevens. Amy Moore's initial ball was ricocheted back to her. Ginger Oliver tries to help it round the corner. Moore putting the pressure on. Asplund doing the defensive work. Good defensive work as well. Keisha, nowhere to go. Denton away.
And there's that ball just on this side, but on the same side again. And you just wonder when Olympic regain possession in a deep and wide area, whether they can find a way to play through midfield and switch out the other side.
Grove. Well, any nerves that Gunners have had have fluttered away. They've settled nicely now. Here's Darby Whiteley offside. And as we spoke in the last game, in 31, 32 minutes into the game, I'd imagine both coaches are reasonably happy with what they're seeing so far. Frank Keisha with his build-up with his team, but just lacking the finish. And Marcel Munoz with the resilience of his side to see out that first 10-15 minutes and the way they built into the contest.
Yeah, I think so. Like we said earlier, they weathered the storm the first 10 minutes, Gungahlin United, and Olympics certainly came at them. But since then, you've got to say that Gungahlin have had a lot of the ball and created some good half chances themselves.
Vanzina's ever hit that.
It's that final ball with Olympic at the moment that's probably letting them down.
For those of you that have been with us throughout the whole of the weekend in the men's as well, I mean, we're talking about the results everywhere else. On these occasions, it's not about the performance, is it, Ian, really? It's just about getting the win over the line. It doesn't really matter how you do it in finals football, you've just got to get it done.
Well, that's your priority, to win the game and go through, and then, yeah, as a coach, you want to win it with the way you've set your team up and with the structure and the strategy that you want to implement. But at the end of the day, you want to get the game won.
Neither side have given themselves the opportunity to do that just yet. Megan Castle almost found Ginger Oliver. Good tracking back by Maddie Keisha. Jensen. Alves, nice ball. Keisha. Thought about the switch. Cut off well, actually, by Darby Whiteley. Jensen. Good pressure this from Gungahlin. Nice press. And they force the error. Pitkin. Darcy. Richards. Can't get through the first challenge. Physical challenge with Alves as well. Breaks for Aspelins. Marzi.
That's good play.
Good overlapping run by Hampson, and Miro's found it. 4 ahead in blue. Vanzina was one of them. Grove goes across to track. And Olympic get themselves a throw. Well, whatever you're doing on a Sunday night, if you want to drop us a message, let us know where you are. We'll give you a shout out. 10 minutes to the break. Imagine there's a fair few people enjoying their Sunday dinner. It's not a bit too late.
Well, it's quite a mild evening here, isn't it? Nice.
Canberra Olympic have got themselves another corner. Corinne Denton will go into the penalty area. Alves is in there too. Kat Perrich up from the back. Tiana Miller will take. A couple of options short that she chooses to ignore. And the ball towards the edge of the box. Driven through the crowd by Tayson Marzi. And again, straight down the throat of Ferguson. He's not hanging around, but may have just given the ball away. Well done by Marzi to win it back. Jensen. Asperin's touch was a bit loose. Fair few shots for Ferguson so far, Ian, to handle, but most of them have lacked the power to really trouble her, except for the one that hit the crossbar.
Yeah, there was one that after about a minute and a half from Maddie Keisha that's hit the bar to her left hand, which was very unsettling for her. But since then, everything's been in and around her body and fairly comfortable.
Marty will chase. Groves won the header. Darcy needs to be careful here. They've coughed up possession, and Maddie Keisha thought about the hit. Marty tried to tee it up for Miro. Succeeded only in finding Buttiwig. Hampson, first time ball in. It's not a bad one. Darcy away. Keisha, a little nod down. Groves helped out by Buttiwig again. Oliver to turn. Jensen's quick. Oliver's quick as well. Castle will chase. Kat Perrich. King's pass has given Perrich a bit of work to do here. Alves. Perrich. They've worked that nicely. The clearance. Only as far as Lucy Darcy again. Grove. I have to say, I'm impressed with Gungahlin's response to that early pressure. I told you, they've always played good football.
Yeah, the structure's decent. The work off the ball's very good.
And that'll be a free kick. Vanzino pull back. I guess this is the benefit, isn't it, when you have a squad, a system in your club that everyone plays the same way. If players do come out, younger ones drop in who are versed in how you want to play the football.
Yeah, certainly a senior level. You've got to look the same in your reserves as you do in your firsts, and I think that's what you can clearly see here with Gungahlin United within its structure.
And often with the exuberance of youth, there doesn't come any nerves. And they seem to be settled really nicely now. We've got a real contest.
The nerves might have been there at the start of the game while they're settling into the game, but they currently look like they're playing without fear.
It's good to see the injured players getting around them at the beginning, wasn't it, in the warm-up? Being part of the club still.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, like we said, it was like a list of players that should be playing, wasn't it, whilst they were stood on the field. But the girls who are out there now are certainly playing like they have their own place.
And doing their club proud. Not just holding their own, but pressing for a goal. Stevens. Here come Olympic on the break with Miro. Runners ahead either side. Marzi's one of them. It's 3 against 2 at the moment. If they could pick out the return ball, Marzi to Miro. And well positioned Lillian Pitkin. Stopped it getting to Aspland. Look threatening on the break, haven't they, Olympic, when they've been able to stretch the game? Some silky runners.
They have, with the movement and how they've driven forward with the ball and combined in the middle third of the pitch. But at the moment, it's that final third that's lacking. And nobody in particular, just their general overall play in the final third.
Will that change shortly? Vanzino. It's a good tackle as well. Jane Vanzino happy to let it go for a corner. And they'll set up again, Gungahlin United. Lucy Darcy having come across to make that challenge. Yet again, the usual suspects up from the back. Enough in blue, covered by all those in black and white. No one making the run to the near post just yet. We will see what Tatum Marzi can lift in with this corner kick. One at the near post by Maddie Keisha. I think that might have been, or was it Alves? I think it was Liana Alves in the end.
I think it was, yep.
Who's there again? Vanzino's touch. Alves once more. Aspland for Keisha. Aspland again. Defensive work done by the substitute Jasmine Richards on early for the stricken Nat DeMarco. Jensen with the throw. Miro to try and tee up herself. A chance for Gungahlin maybe to catch something on the break. Castle does well to find Oliver. Jensen back quickly. Perich, lovely lead by Asplands. Of course comes Darcy.
Good cover from Darcy, recognising the danger.
Cat Perich to take. Miro. Being challenged by Amy Moore. Here's Alves. We'll sweep it wide from Marzi, who'd stayed out there. Could drift past a couple. And then Vanzino checked the run. We've got 4 minutes to the break.
Yeah, and that move's just been a story of the first half when Olympic have been in possession. They've picked the ball up very well in the middle third. Good combination play in the middle third, and they're just searching for that final ball in the attacking third to give them the success with the possession that they've had.
Miro. Here's Perich to lift one forward. Sliced off the boots. Might present Hampson with an opportunity. Blocked by Grove, yet another set piece. Never a bad time to score a goal, but just before half-time is often a good time. In the main, though, Gungahlin have defended these set-piece situations very well. A change of corner taker then. Tiana Miro tasked this time. To find a shirt in the box. Alves has gone near post.
Yes, that's swung out again, hasn't it? When there's bodies actually in and around the 6-yard box.
Jensen had to defend. Richards can find Castle. Whiteley joins in the attack. Grove up from the back as well. In towards Boytewig. King didn't get there. Lung bursting run by Annalise Grove to get forwards.
All good play on the break from Gungahlin United.
A ball into the middle caused a problem for Janet King. Hampson's touch is a bit loose. Oliver's won it back. Whipped in towards the near post, had a fair bit of pace on it. In the end, Janet King, though, was comfortably behind it.
Yeah, she got behind the ball well. It just bounced just before she received it, didn't it? Which could have sometimes caused a few problems.
That bounce might cause a few problems at the other end. King defended it well. Keisha wins it. Vanzino charging forward. Jane Vanzino. And the second touch was just a little bit too heavy for her. Got some results in from the under-17s Women's Premier League. If they are confirmed, West Canberra Wanderers 1, Majura FC 0. It was a Majura team that had a lot of first-grade players in that team, and they've been beaten. Belconnen United haven't, though. Belconnen United 11, Canberra Olympic 0. Big win for Belconnen under 17s, Daniela Eshkinya, with a treble to her name. So it looks like a West Canberra Wanderers versus Belconnen final.
I heard it on good authority before that that was the 1-0 scoreline as well against Majura, yeah.
A little bit surprising, perhaps, when I saw the team sheets. Oliver. You see there was, it's been a symptom of Majura this season. 7 of the team played today have played 8 or more first-grade matches this season.
Yeah, they've certainly been rotated through the 17s reserves and first, haven't they?
They've played a lot of minutes. Maybe it caught up on some of them today, but congratulations to West Canberra Wanderers and Belconnen for getting the under-17 grand finals, all the junior grand finals at South Jerrabomba Regional Sporting Complex next week. Ginger Oliver right on half-time into the danger area. We'll have a few minutes of time over there, won't we, because we have that injury to Nat DeMarco. And whilst I said 15 minutes ago, Ian, that both coaches would be reasonably happy, I believe the coaching team to our right, the Canberra Olympic one, will now become a little frustrated that they've not taken the opportunities that they've created in terms of that final ball.
Yeah, you look at it two ways if you're Frank Keisha, in that the amount of the ball that they've had, the amount of movement from midfield into final third that they've had, that a goal eventually you would expect would come. But then there's his irritation that it's not come in the first half, when perhaps with the amount of possession that they had earlier on in the game that it should have.
Ball forward from Grove. Hampson steps across. Miro can't take it in a stride. Almost 90 seconds of time added on. Darcy. Straight down the throat of Denton. Keisha. Marzi. Ball forward from Alves. Pitkin needs to be careful here. Maddie Keisha stole up and stole the ball, but Pitkin stood strong. Aspens tries to turn Pitkin, he strong again. It's an appreciative round of applause from the Gungahlin supporters.
Well, there will be. She's played very well in the first half.
Here goes Asplund trying to go through the gears. And what we will do is go into the break, all square, nothing between these two teams.
Yeah, Marcel Munoz should be relatively happy after managing a threat early in the first 10 minutes of the game. They've certainly been really well structured, they've moved the ball well, and must be pleased with what they've done for the last half an hour or so.
Well, we'll have a 15-minute break and we'll come back and, well, we might see a winner in the next 45 minutes. Extra time and penalties is a possibility. Elimination final, half-time here. Gungahlin United 0, Canberra Olympic 0. Yeah.
This is a bit of a stretch.
On! Come here. That's Ian.
Yeah,
I'm just introducing you to him.
Yeah, I know Ian.
Now you formally know it.
Hello, no, I met you at...
But he didn't know you were my wife.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd not put the two together.
oh.
I mean, why would I? Like, you know.
I wonder if I'm honouring, mate.
Yeah, you did.
I remember we were at... Where were we? Oh, at that place in Fishwick, the brewery place. And you
Capital,
were-
Capital.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Mel
the
Connan
presentation,
presentation
yes.
evening.
Yes.
There you go. Yes.
know that. You look at the score now. It was 2 or 3 nil. Yeah. And then they tried just to get something. Yeah. And then it's a sort of anyway. Yeah. It's just, you know, they say finals, you know, but it's really a weekend where it's crazy.
You should. Welcome back to the McKellar Park.
Welcome back. I've just changed my voice.
Welcome back to McKellar Park then for the second half of this elimination final. No goals at half-time between Canberra Olympic and Gungahlin United. And just having a look around the teams as we do. I'm Russ Gibbs, Ian Worthington's with me. Ian, can you see any changes with your eagle eyes?
Well, not on the field, but we did have Sal sat here not 2 minutes ago whilst you were finishing a bit of work off, and he was about to introduce the start of the second half in your absence. So sadly, you've returned.
I was actually rather excitingly, I was actually looking at some Canberra United stuff for next year, so that's some interesting bits going on, and you'll all hear about in the week. Also getting Declan Smith to put the results and wrap up from the NPL girls today, so you can have a look on our social media channels for all the results and scorers from across the junior NPL semi-finals. And they'll be up on our website and social media very shortly indeed. Along with the women's reserves that went up a little bit earlier. Sam Watson will be all over these two matches that myself and Ian have watched today as well in the reviews later this week. capitalfootball.com.au for all your local football stories, and of course the Capital Football official and NPL Capital Football Facebook pages, and the Capital Football ACT on Instagram. Ian Worthington's lively on all his socials. Oliver's ball forwards. Boytiwig comes out for Amy Moore. I wonder what the message was at half-time from Gungahlin United's point of view, Ian.
There'd be a lot of words of wisdom from Marcel Munoz based on how he wants them to continue to play, I would have thought. I think after that first 15 minutes in the game where they were under a lot of pressure, I think they've been great. They've been in good control.
Nodded forward by Keisha. Two runners, neither of them could get on the end of it. Newcastle will keep Corinne Denton honest. Here is Denton. Ball forward. It's free Tatum Marzi, who's onside here. Runner in support. That was Elise Jensen, I think, from fullback, wasn't it? Who got all the way up there.
Yeah, whilst Gungahlin pressed up quite nicely to condense the time and space that Olympic have with the ball, they just leave themselves a bit exposed in wide areas. But again, ball comes across and we're just a little bit careless in the final third, and it's something that Olympic need to get out of, really, for the amount of great combination play they have.
Keisha's Rob Stevens, and she's won her team a corner kick. A chance, perhaps, then early in the second half for Canberra Olympic to send it into the penalty area. Tatum Marzi jogs across, seeking a breakthrough, Canberra Olympic. came into the match as favourites. Just based on the league position, of course. Marzi, good-looking ball towards the far post, met by Pedic. Ferguson makes the save.
Well, it evaded everybody, didn't it? And it just sailed over the top. And
well, here's a chance for Megan Castle at the other end. Looks to slide it through for Richards. Substitute trying to bundle away past the challenge. Castle's won it back. All a bit scrappy up there. Comes out as far as Buitiwig. Kat Perridge does get on the end of a lot of those corners, doesn't she? Scored 10 goals in her MPL career, 2 of them this campaign.
Well, she held her position terrifically well. She let the ball sail over the top of everybody and just stood still at the far post and got herself in a really great position. And unfortunately for her, couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Everything else she did was great.
Here she is at the back. Having to go back to King. Clip set up into midfield. Keisha won't be able to challenge for it. In the air at least. Lucy Darcy. Olivia Buitiwig. Pass forward is picked up by Jensen. Marzi put it in beautifully. Stevens. Pelic invites Hampson forward, but it's a forlorn chase really back for Taylor Hampson. Well, 5 minutes in the second half. Extra time and penalties are on the agenda. If nobody can find a way through. Miro's header finds Keisha. Alves, Marzi. Done some really good things tonight, Tate and Marzi, and then a couple of times a touch has let her down, or a distribution's let her down.
Work rate's been excellent. When she's got the ball at her feet running with it, it's been excellent. Just that little connection in and around goal that she needs to work on a little bit.
The longer this goes on, the longer it remains 0-0. The longer Gungahlin United might feel they can nick something from this. And they've played more than their part so far. This game has been very even indeed. Ferguson elected to keep it in. Comes back for Van Zeno. Going to force her way through. No way, the door was blocked. Darby Whiteley. To clip one for Oliver, and King's come to get it. Needed to.
Super ball from Darby Whiteley, just in behind Olympics backline there, and it was the weight on it was fantastic.
More. Richards picking, forced backwards with a pass from Jasmine Richards. Lucy Darcy. More Darcy. Sweeps it nicely to this near side for Ivy Stevens. To stretch the legs. Whiteley. Hampson got a toe in. Breaks for Buitiwig, who's been neat and tidy here, hasn't she? In midfield.
Very much so. Creates really good angles to play from.
Richards. Tough one for Oliver to bring in. Asplin's back for Jensen. Marzi didn't get on her bike. Wonder how long it will be before perhaps Frank Keisha looks to his bench. Nicole Caleb, Madeline Whittle, Sienna Burney, Olivia Gurney and Ella Brown. Plenty of attacking threat on that bench. It's a tough one for a coach right now, isn't it? And you've been in these situations because the general play has been good, the approach play has been good, but you've got players on the bench that can score you goals.
Yeah, Maddie Whittle especially, right?
111 of them in 142 games.
Yeah, and it's, again, we're talking finals over a campaign, and it's at what point do you just need to press that button and get a player like her on the pitch, which can be a can be a match winner.
You got Sienna Burney, 20 goals in 73 games as well. Nicole Caleb, 64 times she scored in 164 games. You might know her as Nicole Jaloka. Miro got away but then overran it. There's plenty of firepower there, should it be necessary. Marcel Munoz bench. And he has Danielle Smith, 16 games. Jessica Pearson, 2. Ella Hall, just the 1 off the bench. And Grace Hanley, 3. Who's a defender. Darcy does well. Moore. She's taken up some nice positions today as well, Amy Moore. Always an option for her defence to find her. Linking defence and attack.
Good play.
Castle finds Whiteley. Darby Whiteley loves his positions. That's a terrific bit of full-back play from Taylor Hampson. Just stood her ground, watched the ball.
And those are the positions that Darby Whiteley loves to be in as well, those 1v1 in exposed in wide areas, and it took a fantastic piece of defending to stop the Gungahlin attack.
Back to Hannah Ferguson. Here's Lucy Darcy. Stevens.
It's clear that they're trying to get Darby Whiteley to be the outlet on this near side here.
It might be in as well. Whiteley couldn't quite get in behind.
Janet King was very deep there. I thought she could have come and got that in her own box. And
yeah, Annie Grove has been up and down this flank, even though ostensibly she's been playing central defender since the first 15 minutes of the game. Hampson from King. Whiteley puts the pressure on. Comes back to win it, but couldn't quite keep it in play. It does win a team a throw, though, which Ivy Stevens will take.
Could be on ball. Anyway, we play on.
Pettit away. Darby Whiteley was surprised she got that throw a moment ago.
Well, everybody was, including the Olympic bench.
Almost gave it up herself, didn't she? Stevens with the throw. Castle comes short.
Well, when you kick it out of play, generally the ball goes to the other team. So no wonder she gave it up.
Stevens, Oliver. Stevens again. Back for Whiteley to clip it towards that far post. It's a dangerous one. Olympic half clear it. Might break for Amy Moore. Back for Darby Whiteley. Gungahllin's turn to start knocking on the door. Pitkin under pressure from Aspland. Does well to find Buttiwig, who's turned Vanzino and find Grove. Buttiwig again. Oliver contorted herself to try and send it over. That long ball forward will be a chase. Asplands. Richards played it forward. Now the break for Ginger Oliver. Rides the first challenge. Tried to send it through. Had a good game so far, Ginger Oliver. Might be the player that can make the breakthrough. Slides it for Buttiwig. Whiteley's got some space and couldn't wrap her foot around it.
Yeah, disappointed with herself. She couldn't get a body around the ball. But again, Ginger Oliver causing problems for the back line of Olympic.
And still no movement on the bench at the moment for Canberra Olympic in terms of changes. There's going to be at some stage, though, you'd have to think so. Marzi brings it down. Montino tried to break through the gap. It's back with Ferguson. It's a good clearance that. Finds Boytewig in space. Measured pass from the goalkeeper. Ivy Stevens. Miro putting pressure on the young fullback. Grove happy to go back to the goalkeeper. It's composed, isn't it?
Yeah, they're stretched nicely, aren't they, within the shape when they're in possession. So from the goalkeeper all the way through, there's little pockets of space that they're finding very well.
Alves finds Miro. Just skips away, Tiana Miro, and then sends one into the danger zone. Ferguson let it bounce into her hands. Good distribution again, this time from the boots. Finds Oliver. Pitkin. Oh, that's a bit awkward. Marzi might nip in. She does. Tatum Marzi. Real chance for Olympic, and she's put it into the side netting. And that was a glorious opening. Heart in mouth time for Lillian Pitkin, but Tatum Marzi wastes a great chance just before the hour.
It was just a bit of a short back pass, wasn't it? And under a bit of pressure from Lily Pitkin. And there's that turn of speed from Tatum Marzi, and just couldn't execute it.
Nicole Caleb about to join us. Ni Jaloka, 164 games, 64 goals. Formerly a player of Balcony United. She'll come on for Tara Asplands, who's tired a bit in the second half, understandably so. Had a lot of minutes internationally. Off to get warm. Jaloka will take a position up over on that far side. She's gone down the middle, in fact, hasn't she? And they've sent Marzi out there.
Yeah, there's not such a shape change, but Marzi's gone out onto the left with Jaloka coming on. Oh.
Caleb.
Was Jaloka. Caleb coming on.
Keisha picking her way through. Van Zeno stings the palms of Ferguson. Did she keep it out? She must have. Good goalkeeping from Hannah Ferguson.
Yeah.
Spooned it in the air and then clawed it off the goal line.
No, she's buzzing. Her confidence is getting higher and higher as that pressure comes onto her, and she deals with it extremely well.
We are talking about a goalkeeper that's only ever played 3 Premier League games before. Never played a match of this magnitude at this level. Doesn't look out of place. Keisha. Loose one from her. Boytewig. Whiteley. Castle. Richards. That's one behind the back for Ginger Oliver. They're flooding into the penalty area. Oliver settles for the corner and a chance. What a set piece.
What a pass by Richards in beyond the back line there, and very inviting for Ginger Oliver.
Might this be the moment? Ginger Oliver from the corner kick. Plenty of Gunner shirts to hit. You know what you're going to get from Oliver. You know where it's going to go. Can they get their head on it? There it is again, and as I give her the big build-up, that's the worst corner I've seen her hit in about 10 years. Nerves, perhaps. So Ian Worthington, less than half an hour to go. Who's winning this?
Well, at this moment in time, we don't know. It could go either way, couldn't it? You still think Olympic because of the experience and strength that they've got and the players they can bring off the bench, and that's the thing. It's the substitutions that Frank Keisha could make that could make all the difference. But at the moment, you've got to give the credit to Gungahlin United.
Who've done more than just stick in there, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Much more. Hampson, Miro. When they watch this one back, I think Marcel Munoz will be incredibly pleased with his team's performance. Although he probably won't be surprised, because he works with these players all the time. Pelic is hunted down by a trio of Gungahlin players. Whiteley buzzing, full of energy. It's asking a bit of picking that. Keisha. Good ball forward for Marzi. Well, trap back. Amy Moore. Just nicks it off her toe. The two Gungahlin midfielders, diminutive in stature, not in heart and energy. Libby Butcherwick and Amy Moore have been buzzing around that midfield, making life difficult for their opponents. Stevens waiting for the bounce. Did well to get rid of it. Castle's header. Butcherwick. And again, Darby Whiteley. Wants to take it on herself, Darby Whiteley. And have a go. Always cutting across the ball when you're running at that angle. It's hard to generate the power needed.
It is, but why not? She's having an extremely good game.
And Canberra Olympic. Well, how's the body language? Is on the bench, Ian. Martin Munoz up on the edge of his technical area. Less animated to our right. Here's Castle. Excuse me. Whiteley, space at the top of the area. Cuts across the ball again, only this time from left to right.
Yeah, and it's Gungahlin who've had the better of the last 5 or 10 minutes, isn't it? And they look like they're creating a little bit more than Canberra Olympic at the moment. Building confidence minute by minute.
Peric. Hampson. Battling from Butcherwick. Miro. Tried to link up with Keisha, couldn't do so. Darcy back for Ferguson. Grove. Good ball again, and Butcherwick picked up by Denton. Castle tries to force her way through her former teammate. Corinne Denton used to be of Gungahlin United, of course. Oh, that's nice. Marzi finds Keisha on the run, and in it goes for Jaloka, or Caleb, and Caleb scores! At the second attempt, breakthrough Olympic. They've huffed and puffed and finally found a way through the Gungahlin door, and it's the substitute, Nicole Caleb, who's got it.
Well, Caleb just set off, and then her acceleration just to get to the ball and get a touch on it just before the goalkeeper was what, you know, eventually led to the ball going in the back of the net. Second chance. The pass split the two centre-backs, which hasn't happened too often in this game. And every credit to Caleb. She then relaxed and just passed the ball into an empty goal.
And is that the goal that breaks the spirit and heart of Gungahlin United? Marcel Munoz immediately sends his bench to warm up. And I did you called it Jaloka for momentarily, just before she scored.
Well, that's just knowing her for so long and knowing who she is.
So many times we've called a goal for her. Ivy Stevens away. I mean, credit to Ferguson again. The first save was excellent and just didn't get any luck when she needed it on the rebound. Here is Caleb. Back for Hampson. And a substitution that pays off for Frank Keisha. Always nice when it happens as a coach. You send someone on and they score the goal. Now Gungahlin needs to come and look. And Keisha fouls Alice Grove.
It was a quality time run, wasn't it, from Caleb through the middle, which, like I said, split the two centre-backs. The pass was great, and turn, acceleration, and Caleb got a reward.
Lucy Darcy, what have Gungahlin got in response? It took 66 minutes for Olympic to find a way through. Castle on the shoulder, loves these channels. Good firm defensive work by Corinne Denton. Just lent into the striker.
Good defending from Denton, wasn't it? It needed to be. There was a lot of pressure from Castle at the time.
Oliver's throw is going to roll out of play midway through the second half. You can feel the sense of relief from those seated to our right, Ian, who once they saw the team line, might have expected their team to progress.
I think that was the general consensus in the whole stadium prior to kick-off, wasn't it, with the issues that Gungahlin have had with injuries, but they put on a great display.
Well, they lost
themselves.
Nat DeMarco early as well, didn't they? Which didn't help the cause. But they have been terrific tonight. They're still in this, though. It's only 1-0. And Castle's putting the pressure on. Miro's back doing the defensive work. Just go back to the goal, Ian. How good was a little inside ball from Maddie Keisha to find Nicole Jalocka? I've done it again. Nicole Caleb in the middle. Might have hit it herself from that angle, but chose the run of a striker.
It was a well-timed pass, wasn't it, from Maddie Keisha? Great weight on it as well.
Like I said, go back to the save from Ferguson, top class. Just a bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper. You need moments of luck in finals matches. Gungahlin will feel they're still in this, of course. Darcy, calm.
Done well again, Darcy. Stepping into midfield.
Pitkins ball forward. Oliver. I think all the defence have, to be honest, considering it's a makeshift back four. Some of them perhaps playing in positions they're not accustomed to. Now, Ginger Oliver can strike a ball from it. This is a mile out. Janet King, an A-League goalkeeper herself, has been with the Canberra United squad last year. You wouldn't expect Ginger Oliver to beat her from here. However, the way she's pacing this out, like Cristiano Ronaldo, would suggest she's going to have a pop. And I've seen Ginger Oliver score these kind of things before. Here she comes. Clumps it goalwards. King's watching it all the way. It's ambitious, isn't it? But why not?
It's a great technique, isn't it? And it's really well thought out. You can tell she's practiced it for a long, long time. And would catch out other goalkeepers, but not Janet King there.
Yeah, it needs to be something hit with Exocet-like power to beat someone from Janet King from that distance. Chance for Marzi to have a run. Blocked off by Pitkin, I think that was, at full-back again. Oh, it was Darcy, my apologies on that occasion. She's been very good tonight, Lucy Darcy, as well, and considering she's only started 4 times this season. 10 times she's come off the bench before this evening.
Well, she's showing that she wants to stake her claim in the team, probably going ahead into next season, unless they get back into this game here.
Strike from Marzi's going to spit off the ground. Easy, though, for Ferguson. Oh, she's giving it straight to Tiana Miro. That's dangerous. And here's a chance for Tsu. And it's swept wide by Vanzino. Might have got a nick. Must have.
It must have taken a deflection on the way through, yeah.
Hannah Ferguson is relieved.
Looks like Gungahlin United are going to make a change after this corner.
And also Canberra Olympic as well, it would seem. First of all, work to do. Dip towards the far post. Peric was the target. The defender will get there. Manzino's taking it beautifully into her stride. Was looking for Caleb. Might get there at the second attempt. And Grove will hammer it away, and that might give us a chance to see the two changes. Jessica Pearson, for only the third time in her career, only the third time this season, will come on for Amy Moore. Excellent work from Moore in midfield.
Yeah. Excellent effort from Amy Moore.
And Sienna Burney comes on for Taylor Hampson, which will precipitate a bit of change defensively. Looks like Liana Alves back to fullback at the moment. If it stays that way.
Seems to be. I think that's what Kat Parrish was just checking on whilst asking if she's not taking the throw-in. Seems like Maddie Case is taking the throw-in from the 10 position.
And there's
something different.
There in a nutshell, Ian, is the difference in the two sides' makeup today. I'll come back to it in a second as Castle frees Oliver. She's got the pace to get away. She can hit the ball as well. Ginger Oliver didn't quite have the radar on. But whilst Canberra Olympic are bringing on Sienna Burney, 73 matches in this competition, 20 goals. Gungahlin United have brought in young Jessica Pearson, 2 appearances off the bench this season. Another one for the future, but also needs to be of the here and now. Good statue on her as well. Good size for a midfielder. Dropped into mark Maddie Keisha at the moment. Amy Moore had a good game, didn't she?
Very
midfield.
Much. Yeah, very good.
Now they might be it again here with Marzi. Burney up ahead. Good block by Ivy Stevens.
Ivy Stevens covered round very nicely then.
I'm
surprised if that's not a yellow.
Well, it might be a card for Tate and Marzi. Well, they got away with that one. "15 minutes to go. Gungahlin United need to throw everything at this.
What's the boot there, Grove?
That's how vicious the tackle was. Knocked the boot off.
Certainly stepped on the back of it, if nothing else.
No, it's definitely the physical contact that just made it fly off, Ian. 100%.
Either way, against the rules.
Good pressure on Lucy Darcy to force a turnover of ball. And whilst Olympic lead, it's a narrow one. They might not feel quite as confident as they would be if they could get a second, of course. Pearson's first involvement ricochets kindly for Castle. Gave it to Van Zeno. Bursting run from Jensen. All the way from the back. Caleb tried to return the pass down to that left flank, where Tate Marzi was lurking. Jensen lifted into the middle. It's going to come out as far as Tiana Miro. Trying to work Ray to get a shot in, and it's come off the back of the crossbar. Ferguson was beaten. And for the second time in the game, the woodwork to the rescue of Gungahlin United.
Yeah, and she sort of does that extremely well, doesn't she, Tiana Miro, from there. She's getting a bit of a name for cutting it off that left-hand side and hitting the target from it.
And sometimes it seems stuck under her feet, and yet she manages to dig it out with power as well.
Yeah.
Sienna Burney.
It's a technique with very little backswing, isn't it? And like you say, she just digs underneath it. But, you know, time after time in the last couple of years, we've seen her score from cutting it off that left-hand side and hitting it with the right foot.
It's been in good form, Tiana Miro. Scored 5 goals in the last 5 league matches. That's a rarity for Canberra Olympic against Gungahlin, by the way. 5 of the 7 goals they've scored against them this year have come in the first half. Caleb Burney couldn't get there. You have to think that there's going to be a chance for Olympic on the break here, isn't there, as Gungahlin start to throw everything at it, and as they perhaps start to tire as well. Alves sweeps it in, Ferguson underneath it again.
Yeah, you're right, and Marcel Munoz is looking at making another change to somehow try and get his goal that they need to take this game to extra time. But you you are susceptible to leaving your other end open then and conceding another, which would then kill the game off. But
yeah, second Olympic goal would kill it for sure, wouldn't it, at the moment? But at this stage of this part of the season, you may as well throw everything at it. There's no point dying wandering. Miro. Vanzino. Pedic popped it forward. Grove. Another neat and tidy distributor from the back. Richards turns nicely. Picked off. Here's Vanzino. In no rush to get forward here, Olympic. Peric. We're going to see 3 changes, I think, for Gungahlin very shortly.
Looks like it.
Here's Sienna Burney. Grove will get there first. Trio of changes.
And a part of that is he might just see the team tiring and need some fresh legs on to try and get some momentum back.
Won't do it just yet. Kat Peric will take the throw. Grove. Castle. Held the ball up well tonight and brought others into play. This time, though, has it picked off her toes by Tiana Miro. Peric. I think these changes, as you say, just to bring a little bit of energy into this last 10 minutes. Because they are flagging somewhat here, Gungahlin. Darby Whiteley isn't. Breaks for Marzi. Comes for Keisha. Tees up Tatum Marzi, who wants to go at goal. And skips just past the post. And here come the changes. Grace Hanley. 3rd appearance of the season, 4th in the Premier League. Ella Hall, only her 2nd ever first grade appearance, wearing number 29 in front of us. And Danielle Smith, formerly of ANU, 17th National Premier League appearances, making way. Olivia Buttiwig, one of the changes. Ivy Stevens, the other. If you keep an eye on the 3rd one.
I don't think it's Ivy Stevens.
Was it Jasmine Richards, in fact?
Jasmine
Sorry, my
Richards has
apologies.
been subbed the sub.
Who was the 3rd change?
And then the other change is coming off about 70 metres away from us, the other side of the field.
Is it Lillian Pitkin?
It could be Lillian Pitkin coming off on that side, who's done a fantastic defensive job tonight.
Yeah, Jasmine Richards went on very early, didn't she, for Nat DeMarco? And now she's been subbed herself. Well, can the rest of the youngsters on the bench give a little bit of energy and a little bit of bite to this team? Whiteley, who's dropped back into midfield.
Yeah, they brought into midfield. Her fitness and energy levels tonight have been fantastic.
Sienna Burney into the last 10 minutes. Whiteley. That's a bit short. Alves. Vanzino's touch. Keisha. Burney. Vanzino. That's beautifully worked. And now there's room for Sienna Burney. Can she find the right delivery? No, she can't. How about that pass for Grace Hanley early? She played in the reserves this morning. In the first pass she gets was just almost a 50-50
yeah.
challenge to put in.
It was a tired pass to her.
Stevens.
That's good play.
Castle. Oliver. Smith wants it ahead. Ella Hall up there too. Here goes Oliver. One out wide. Almost made its way through for Hall. Stevens was attracted to go and get that. Denton sent it. Caleb will chase gamely with Annalise Grove. That's the kind of position they want to get Tatum Marzi in, don't they? With a foot race at the back. Nicole Caleb gamefully will go after it, but perhaps not quite as rapid across the grass as Tatum Marzi. Keisha allowed to go a long way here. Still going as well. Danielle Smith deployed it right back to try and stop her and concedes the corner. Frank Keisha responding by sending his subs out to warm up. Madeline Whittle, Ella Brown, Olivia Gurney. 7 minutes. This match teetering on a knife edge at the moment. A second Olympic goal now, and it would be game over. Tatum Marzi needs to provide it the delivery. Flat one to the near post, not her best ball of the night. One back by Miro, second chance to maybe send something in. Went short instead to Jensen, back for Keisha. Working it around nicely here, but not going anywhere towards the goal. Now they might. Lofted in by Jensen. Pellich had stayed up there, and Marzi's offside. So Ian, when is it kitchen sink time for Gunners? We got 6 minutes to play. When do they start going, well, throw some more bodies up top and see if we can create something?
Yeah, they've had a 3 up top for quite a while, but they've got to actually break the press of Olympic to then try and get forward. So
from what I'm watching here, it might be great to get Ginger Oliver where she is now and get 3 or 4 bodies forward, and she can send those raking passes in behind. See if they can cause 1 or 2 issues. Van Zeno going to kill it off. Maddie Keisha's capable of hitting him from here. A really good block from Ginger Oliver. Found the energy from somewhere to go across and close it down.
Ginger Oliver again, work rate's exceptional.
She wants to take the corner for Olympic.
Yeah.
Taylor Marzi in no real rush to go across. She doesn't need to be. They have the goal. Nicole Caleb after 66 minutes. And she's gone short to receive. Allowed to turn and whip that into the near post, and that's a glorious opportunity for Corinne Denton, who actually hit the target from that range, was surely scoring and killing the game off.
Well, Gungahlin were caught ball watching, weren't they? They were looking all one way, and they just didn't see Denton stood by herself, and really Denton should have converted that.
Corinne Denton, who's got 1 goal in 47 National Premier League games, and perhaps ought to have made it 2. Grove. What, you can't get there. She has burnt off a lot of energy tonight, Darby Whiteley, up and down this left flank. Bernie. One back by Whiteley again. Castle upended by Pellich.
Smart from Castle that, because they can get bodies in the box now. Not long to go, and this is an opportunity where you've just got to go for it. There shouldn't be too many people stay back for this.
Ginger Oliver to take. It only takes 1 good one. Everybody bar 2. Grace Hanley is back. Annalise Grove is back. Ginger Oliver needs to find one of her specials. Good delivery, but too close to King. Dropped in a nice spot if someone could get a touch on it. Again, Janet King's giving it straight back to Ginger Oliver, and that's never a good idea, and Oliver's gone for goal. And Janet King is probably the most relieved person within McKellar Stadium tonight.
Well, having managed the situation pretty well, there was no need to rush a kick, was there? And certainly you don't want to be giving the ball back to Ginger Oliver.
Not in that kind of position, but she is more than capable. Miro. Keisha. One back by Darcy, who's been an absolute Trojan. Stevens. Hanley. Pops it forward. Jensen got there. It's going to be an awkward bounce this time of the night. Sienna Burney couldn't quite get it under control. 2.5 minutes for Gungahlin to find a way, plus whatever Tom Love is going to add on at the end of 90. Headed away by Grove. Miro steps in front. Touch from Keisha. Beautifully done again by Pearson, who stepped in. Hanley got rid of it. Keisha just lofted it over the top. It eats up some more seconds. Ferguson in hurry-up mode. Castle. Won by Perich. Keisha. One back by Hall. Might have been Danielle Smith, in fact, I'm doing a bit of disservice over there on that far side. Janet King in no rush. Miro couldn't get a touch. Smith left it for Ferguson. Probably the right idea.
Yeah, it was, because Ferguson can play forward from there, and that's what Gungahlin United need to do from now on.
And Ginger Oliver is causing problems, as she has all night. Liana Alves sees it out. Now, who did it come off? It's a Gungahlin United throw. And they'll be in a rush to get on with it. Castle. Vanzino scuffs it as far as Burney. It goes past the first and then might want to just send it. Miro. Alice Grove challenging Gianna Miro. Holding up like she's in the corner. There's a problem here for Ginger Oliver. I think she might have got a boot on the shin.
I think it's cramp.
Could be. 20 seconds by the time Ginger Oliver gets some treatment, if she does, for cramp. Yeah, she calf seized up, didn't it? Just at the inopportune moment.
I'm not surprised with the amount of work she's done. It's been incredible work rate from her this evening.
Well, we're going to be in time. Added on. Castle. Perich will see it out. Canberra Olympic edge closer to a date with Canberra, Croatia next week. But they might need to find Ian Worthington a little bit more cutting edge in the final third.
Well, they will have to. The way they started the game, with their intensity, with how quick they were getting the ball forward, was from the middle third to the final third, was great, but didn't take the chances.
And Gungahlin stuck in there. They had a little bit of luck, the crossbar to the rescue twice. But you make your own luck, as they say. And they're pushing here. They're pushing for an equaliser to send them to extra time. Annalise Grove will launch it towards the box. Perich away, only as far as Whiteley to whip it in. Denton sticks a leg out. Jensen should clear. Not very far. Smith swung a boot at it. Keisha sends it down the other end of the park, as far away as it could possibly go. Gungahlin United trying to create one telling moment. Smith did well. Alves met it, needed to, otherwise the ball might have found its way through. No foul.
That's a clear foul. I cannot believe he's not given that.
In the back of Lucy Darcy, who thought she was fouled. Love said no. Sienna Burney on the break. Half saying go to goal, half saying go to the corner flag.
How we still saved free kicks, so I mean...
He waved it away pretty quickly, didn't he, Tom Love? He waved it away before you said that's a free kick. Hensel said no foul before. And that'll do. Canberra Olympic, 2 minutes of stoppage time. They've seen it out. It was gutsy, it was gallant, it was brave from Gungahlin United Football Club with all their injuries, Ian, but in the end, the extra quality that Frank Keisha was able to bring off the bench has made the difference.
Well, first of all, well done to Marcel Munoz and Gungahlin United, because that was an excellent performance, dogged, gritty, from a young team who have got a very, very bright future. Olympics class prevailed in the end. A wonderful ball from Maddie Keisha. Splits the defence. And then a short, a lucky bounce, and then a finish that wins the game for Canberra Olympic. So they progress through to next week.
In the finals, you have to have your own luck. And they got a little bit of it there for Canberra Olympic. But Gungahlin United can hold their heads high. Shorn of 7 first-team players, including Nat DeMarco, went off early doors in the contest. They stuck in there. They made it hard for Canberra Olympic. But in the end, it was a goal from Nicole Caleb after 66 minutes that did the difference. Olympic progress for next week's preliminary final at Strider Park, where they'll meet Canberra, Croatia. For Gungahlin, their season is over. It's finished here at McKellar Park. Canberra Olympic 1, Gungahlin United 0.